So how's everybody doing today? I'm going to do my second, I almost called it a record video, but really I do these live. This way people can really just jump in and tune into the energy. This is a lovers in separation reading, and many of you want to know, what is a lovers in separation? These are twin flames, soulmates, relationships where your person and you are not in communication, not in contact. And let's look at the general energies for this. This is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it's major awareness, then it is for you. There is no time frame, no time stamp on this read. This is, again, a collective read. If it's major awareness, it is for you in this now moment. So let's take a look at what's going on with our collective that is in separation from their person, sometimes no contact, or at least little contact. And so for you guys, the collective, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. And where's this love coming from? This love is coming from yourself, right? Your own self, because right now you're in that separation. Why? To find that love within yourself that's waiting to come out, that's waiting for you to acknowledge who and what you are. And as you find that love for yourself, your love for your person or the person that's meant to come in will start coming in. And so let's take a look at what else love wants to tell us right now for those collectives that is in separations collective we're channeling right now. And for those of you just joining, this is a collective reading. This is not a Q&A session. I'll probably do one later today. And let's see what we have. So Spirit's given us a few cards here. Let's take a look at what we've got. So we see union here, and I'm going to put it here. And why do I put it here, not over here? And we'll explain the layout in a few minutes. But effectively, this union is not the union you're expecting, right? Twin flames, every time they see that union cards, oh my God, it's union time! Yay, yay! Let's get dressed. It's coming in. No, this is a union with the self. Spirit's saying you've got to look deep within you and find that love within yourself, right? And when you find that love within yourself, the magnetic attraction comes through and the right one comes in. And Spirit's saying love conquers all, right? And you're getting this. You've got to really find that love for yourself. And why? Because when you do, the power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together, because that's what's going to bring that union in. And again, divine soul counterpower attraction transcends superficiality. And so Spirit, I'm going to put it right here, because Spirit is saying to you that, yes, you need to find that love within yourself. And as you find that love within yourself, then you get that union. Then you start attracting your divine soul counterpart, the one that's truly meant to be in there, the one with a high frequency match. So let's see what else love wants to tell us for this connection. It's a beautiful read so far. So let's take a look at what else. And, for those of you who are wondering, about the spread, if you're first time here, right, this is where you are energetically right now, because we only work with energies here. We don't work with stories. We don't tell you all these things. I'm not your standard reader that wants to tell you a story. Well, your person wanted to come and commit, but they didn't commit. And well, now they're rethinking it. And yeah, it's going to come in, but they've got to choose. And it may be a month or two, and maybe they'll come in. No, we don't do that. That just keeps you looping, and we want to get out of looping. Over here, we kind of have a motto, right? And the motto is, you've got to choose to heal, you've got to choose to feel, you've got to choose to get off that karmic hamster wheel. And it's always a choice, but you have to get off of that wheel, get off of that looping, because we don't want to loop. What we want to do is we want to stand in our power. We want to attract. We want to magnetically attract what is meant for us, not some sort of test, some sort of delay, some sort of loop. And so let's see what the energies are. Spirit, what you want to tell this collective, the ones made this awareness today? And just remember, this is timeless. If it's major awareness, it is something that you need to know in this now moment. And so for many of you, it's all about changing your energy. When we see holiday, it doesn't mean you're going on a trip or a vacation. It means it's time for you to change your energy, because you're stale. You're looping. And Spirit's saying stop looping. Choose to find that love within yourself, to allow you to get past that. Free yourself. And again, the same thing is over and over again. You're stuck in a loop, and Spirit's saying stop looping by changing the way that you look at things. Because once you do, you're going to have some honest communication with yourself. You're going to find what it is that is truly holding you back, and then you're going to fix it because you're going to find that love within yourself that's fearless. And once you do, boom, bingo. There comes the unexpected connection, right? This is a connection you're not trying to manifest in this now. This is going to be unexpected. This may be the same person in a different energy, a different place, because you can't have what you had before because it's looping and it's looping and it's looping. So either you or your person, you both have to heal. And if your person comes back in a better place and a better healing, then it's going to be unexpected because you're not going to expect this person to be there. But it's not going to come until you go and do your work because we only deal with ourselves, right? We can't fix anybody else. That's why we don't tell stories about anybody else. What we got to do is fix ourselves. And so when you look at my spread, the spread is everything on this side is stuff that keeps you looping, right? This is what I call that karmic hamster wheel. And then over on this side of this here, this is where you're at currently energetically. Above and below are ways to get yourself to here where you want to be, the positive manifestations. So we always want to get out of here and over to here. And here's the tool sets, the suggestions that'll help you, but you have to choose to take them. And Spirit's saying, part of what you need to do is get yourself into lighter energy. Stop that panning and pining about this person that's no longer in your space. And why are they no longer in a space? Because you're not an energetic match. Neither one of you are. And you need to fix why that is first. Because once you fix you, you're not fixing that other person. Don't worry about that other person. Don't worry if they're healing or not. It's not your problem. That's not your issue. You need to work on self. And then as you do, then all the wonderful stuff comes in. So let's see what else Spirit wants to give us. Because we dig deep into here. We look at the energies, what's going on with the collective, right? And remember, it's a collective read, so some things may or may not resonate with you. Some may have a uh, specific message for a specific few people, smaller percentage. The more you like, follow, share, and subscribe, the more you interact with the channel, the more that I'm able to look at those energies because those energies are going to present themselves as the reading goes on. And so with that, and that's why I do live readings. I don't do anything recorded, and the reason is because I want to match the energies of the people that are going to be following this and are going to be present at this now moment. So Spirit's saying, there's a lot of chemistry, right, of this person that's coming in. But you had a lot of damage from the other one, and that's holding you back. You've got to heal that. You've got to go within, find the love within yourself because that damage caused a lot of grief in self about not having that self-love. Why did this happen? Why am I feeling this way? Why was that? Because there's a soul contract involved. And usually this is what happens when you get a twin flame. And I call them handlers because that's effectively what they're doing. They're keeping you at a very low frequency. Now, that doesn't mean that handler can't come back in it in a different way, but you gotta release all these soul contracts. And how do you do it? It's through healing, through releasing the trauma, through knowing that, you've had trauma billions of lifetimes long that are holding you into this loop. And it's now time to clear yourself of the loop, but you have to choose. You can't just allow that to happen because it's not going to happen unless you choose that you want to break it. And that's why it makes it so hard because we're just allowing ourselves to loop because we're accepting that this is meant to be. This is fate. No, it's not. You choose. Start taking control of yourself. And this is what causes those disagreements, right? And there's a lot of fear. Oh my God, it's too late. I'm never going to find my person. This was the one. And it's keeping you looping because you're telling yourself all these false stories. You're limiting yourself. Stop limiting yourself. Spirit's saying, stop feeling unworthy about yourself. Find this love. Because if you do, there's a commitment that's coming in from the person that's coming in correctly, that unexpected connection. Stop being the chaser. Choose not to chase anymore. So these are big energies here that are kind of keeping you looping, but we've have some fantastic energies over here once you find that union within yourself. And so let's now go see what's the major relationship block, right? And so with this channel, we always look at, okay, now we kind of see what's going in our energy field. And once you're going in that place, right? So you once you're aware, now you can choose to heal, choose to feel, choose to get off that hamster wheel. But that doesn't mean that you're going to do anything until you're more aware of what else is here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at what are the major blocks for this collective. It may one or all of these may resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Spirit just threw out 3 cards. So let's see what we have. So the first one is past trauma, right? You got to go in and clear that past trauma before you're able to bring this relationship in. I think that one's pretty crystal clear. I don't need to explain that one. You have to heal. You have to choose yourself. Being guarded, right? You're lonely because you're so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. And that generally doesn't come until you clear this past trauma. You start to realize that you have love within yourself. And as you find that love within yourself, your heart opens. And as your heart opens, you're now more open for that vulnerability that's going to allow for this all to work, right? And it's going to start bringing that attracting. And Spirit saying that, look, stop allowing crumbs, right? Many of us allow breadcrumbs because we don't feel that we're worthy of getting that right person. So we're like, any attention, we're starving for it. And we're just like a starving person that got a little crumb of bread and so thankful because, oh my God, you gave me some bread and I can, have enough energy for the next 10 seconds until you crash again. And aren't you worth more than that? So Spirit's saying, be aware of these, start healing these one by one, all of them, whichever one kind of brings you into the place that you feel is within you, or it may be all, but all of this, if you go to my Silver Fox Spiritual over on YouTube, I have a lot of healings for all of those. If you're, interested in your own personal healing, I ask that you go to my channel first. Listen to a couple of the free ones, and if it aligns, then come back and ask about a personal healing or personal reading. Readings and healings run from between $10 and $60, and this is for people who are ready to go deeper. If you're just looking for a read and what's going on, well, here you go. You have it here. I don't need the business. What I do is I work with people who are really ready to work on themselves because they're choosing themselves. And when you choose yourself, then I am going to go ahead and help you out, right? And it does come with a cost, right? Because it's my time as well. However, it can be truly transformational. So with that, we've given a lot of information about what it is that we need, what's in our energy, what it is that is holding us back. Let's get some information from our higher selves, right? And it's collective. So the collective higher selves, we're all connected. So there's always a common message within the thread. And we're going to ask our higher selves, what is it we can do in this now moment that can help us move into this? Now, obviously, I don't need to pull a card and say, first you have to choose, right? You have to choose that you're ready to work on the things that are keeping you back from what you truly want to manifest and stop letting the subconscious and the superconscious manifest for you. So first thing is it's shadow work time, right? I don't think anybody doesn't know this. And if you don't know this, this is it. What is shadow work? Shadow work is when it's time for you to go in and face those things that you truly haven't wanted to face in yourself forever and ever. You get triggered. Why do you get triggered? What patterns are there? Right? A lot of people talk about shadow work, but they don't tell you how you do it, right? And the first thing you do is generally with shadow work, inner child and abandonment and rejection. They're just like boilerplate. But why do you do it? What you're trying to do is uncover the patterns and the triggers that are happening. Now you're aware of it. Then you can start figuring out, okay, why am I getting these? And then walk down the rabbit hole. This is slow work. Many times you're going to be crying and painful, but in the end, you're going to feel 1,000% lighter. And then you're going to start healing those places that help you create that magnetism because you're finding love within yourself again. Challenge yourself to do this. Spirit's saying, it's your higher self. Challenge yourself to do this shadow work. You're putting limits on yourself by not doing it. And the last one is for many of you, music is going to help you with this, especially around meditation, around the healing. There's a lot of good stuff on that. I have some subliminals too that are really nice as a good starting point for healing those wounds within you. They're based on music. There's a lot of solfeggio tones out there. There's a lot of stuff out there for free. Start with that. That's going to kind of help you to get into the place that you need to do. For those that want to go a little bit deeper, do reach out. Like I say, I do generally do most of my big work on Sundays and Thursdays, especially the personal readings. Personal readings, the full one, runs $60 right now. That may change over time, but that's 30 to 35 minutes over Zoom. We go through all the things that are in your energy. We spin on a dime, and at the same time, we also will be able to be interactive, and then you get a light language healing to help with whatever energies we have. So now let's look at what it is that we all really care about. When is this guy or girl coming in? When is this unexpected connection? The one that's really ready for a commitment. And, obviously you need to choose to allow that to fix this first in yourself to get to here. But let's see what the timing is. Remember, timing is fluid. It's not the same for everybody. And at the same time, every choice, every decision in the now moment is going to influence how that goes. So you look at it as a boilerplate. Spirit just threw us a lot of stuff here, right? And so let's see what we've got. And so the first one is your wish requires you to pay a huge price. You're right. And that's here, right? The shadow work. This is the work that's really hard to do because most of us don't want to get into that space because we're afraid to actually face ourselves, be sitting with ourselves, and find out why it is that we've been looping for billions of lifetimes. And after defeating your strongest enemy. And what is your strongest enemy? And really, Spirit's really pushing us on this space, right? What is your strongest enemy? It's your shadow side, right? And it's not truly your enemy. It's just truly just a traumatized version of yourself that is trying to keep you stuck because they're afraid of what happens when they open their heart. Because what happened? They got a lot of disappointment, a lot of rejection, a lot of abandonment. And so they're trying to protect you, but they don't realize that really healing and opening the heart and love is really the way because of the trauma that they did. You don't shame them, you allow them in, you invite them in, and you invite them to heal with you. All right. And Spirit saying, for some of you, it's the end of this month that you're going to start moving into this energy because you've chosen to do this work. For others, it's going to be autumn if you start choosing, and others, yet again, it's going to be about a year from now. So we have a full spread of, for whoever's watching here, each of you are at different spaces. You'll feel into it through your body. Let your body tell you which one gives you excitement. When you see it, could be end of the month, could be autumn, could be April. And so that is my reading for today. This is a collective reading for those lovers that are in separation. If it has made it into your awareness, it is current for you in this now moment. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. A little bit later today, it's a Sunday. If you're watching the replay, I probably will do one or two lives where I'll answer some questions. This is not one of those. But if you do like, follow, share, and subscribe on TikTok, you will see it. Make sure your notifications are on, and you'll see when I go live. Just look for that coming through. I think it's called Soul Keys. I forget the actual wording on it, but look for it here, and then we'll see you there. If not, make sure you're following me on YouTube. That's silverfoxspiritual on YouTube. This is where I do all my light language healings. And I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, if you people aren't watching this on the live. And I'm also two channels on YouTube, Readings by Silver Fox Spiritual, which has these. And then there's Silver Fox Spiritual, which is a healing channel. I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you join my Facebook group, and that group will be inside of the pinned comments. If it's less than right now, probably about 35 people in that group. Once I reach 100, I am giving away a free full healing or full reading. So make sure that you are following me. You have to stay following me until I get to that 100. So hopefully you guys will, and we'll see you at the next read. And thank you all for coming and visiting for today. Have a great day.